There, right there, Hillbillies. I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna do today, I guess, but I think what I'm gonna do is go cut some wood for a little bit. This is a good saw right here, but I think the one I'm gonna use is this old dog right here. This one I bought, geez, bought her brand new, probably about 15 years ago, maybe. It's a good one. I gotta put a chain on it. And, yeah. I'm a chainsaw guy. I like chainsaws. I don't care what brand they are. I even got a $100 one right there. That thing works pretty slick. Good little saw, you know. I got more of them up here. An old Husky, my partner, and a couple Johnson Reds up there. Yeah. Got saws all over the place, really. Actually, there's another one down in there. And I got, actually, well, let's see. Another one over here. Demolition saw. I don't know. I like saws, man. I even got a real old one up on the shelf up there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's an old home light up there. She's a runner. So yeah, I'm gonna put a chain on this thing, dial her in, put some gas in it. She ain't been running a couple years, I don't think. So I'm gonna tune on her a bit and see if she won't cut a little bit of wood, you know. Alright, so I decided to do a little maintenance on this saw. It hadn't been used in a long while. So I pulled it all apart here. And it was quite dirty. Been sitting in the barn there. So I cleaned her all up. Cleaned the cover all up. I just wanted to show you something quick on this bar. They tend to wear a little groove here, and it gets sharp on the edge as it wears. And what I like to do, I don't know if I can find the angle of the dangle that works here for us. Maybe like that. Let's take a flat file and run it right across the top edge of that. Like that. Take that sharp edge off. It's still pretty sharp. Probably ought to get a bar at some point, but if you can see that, you can see where it's taking quite a bit of that material off. So you just file those up a little bit, flatten them back out. That bar will last a long time as long as the tip holds up. Sometimes the tip gets worn. You can even replace that part. Probably cheaper just to buy a bar, but yeah, I like to just tune them up, make sure they're good to go. And the chain, that chain's in nice shape now. It was one I had hanging over on the wall. The one I took off of this saw, she's in terrible shape. There's a couple spots on it where the tooth was actually bent, or it hit a rock or something. And it really wasn't a very old chain, but must have got into some dirty firewood or something and just chewed it right up. Well, this little tool right here will clean that right up. You know, I don't throw chains away until there's nothing left of them. This little tool is pretty handy. And sometimes when you're filing them, this little stool I have set up, I got it so I can just sit right on my saw here and I can file away. Sometimes you get to a point where you're filing like at an off angle. One side will be good and the other side will be steep or shallow or whatever. And what that does is that when you're cutting, it'll want to draw the saw right in a circle. Cut bowls with the thing. And I file quite often, but even I, who does it a lot, I get off on my angle sometimes. So, you know, I usually just tickle them until they don't cut worth of crap anymore, and then I'll put them on that tool there, grind them up, straighten them back out, and then you're good to go for a while. But yeah, so we'll get this thing tuned up, see how she cuts in a bit. So took her out, burned about 3/4 of a tank of gas there, and well, I cut up some wood here, boys. Yeah, I did. Cut the wood up. Let me just tell you that if you have a nice sharp chain, well, 3/4 of a tank of gas, and probably, I don't know, probably half hour, maybe a little more, because I had tossing, you know, actually half hour of cutting, a few minutes of tossing the pile around. You can get quite a bit done. And it's also mostly pine, so that cuts pretty easy anyway. And there's also the fact that, you know, when your chain is sharp, you use a lot less gas, a lot less energy trying to push the saw through the wood. When it's sharp, you just let her do her job, you know. So yeah, I got some stuff cut up here, and I got another, I don't know, probably 3/4 to go, maybe a little more than that. I don't know how much there is there, but I probably cut up, I don't know, 2/4 anyway. Well, between that pile and that pile is probably more like 2.5. So there might be 4/4 there. But anyway, that's my chainsaw spiel for the day. And if you learned anything, wicked. If you didn't even watch it, well, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, this is just the life of Adirondack Hillbilly here. Now, it's about, oh geez, I don't even know what time it is here. What time is it? 9:57, 10 o'clock. Time for a sandwich. Oh geez, I got the hunger burps going. That ain't good for nobody. So yeah, that chain held up pretty nice, even though that fire was dirty. That's pretty decent chain. I'll probably have to just tickle it a little bit next time I go out. Just touch it a little bit with the file there. She started to drag a little more. Wasn't cutting quite so well at the end, but boy, when I first laid into her, she was sending the chips, Mr. Johnson, let me tell you. So yeah, this little apparatus, that's the bee's knees right there, boys. Oh, do. Well, that's what I was told to do. So anyway, I was out there, you know, seeing my wife there this morning on her way off to work there, and she says, "What in the world do you have all over your sweatshirt?" I says, well, that's a little bit of sandwich there, you know, from dinner last night there. Yeah, she dripped down my shirt there. Ah, that's disgusting. You need to go spray that and change your sweatshirt. And I says, but thing is there, you know, I got that rule there, you know, your sweatshirt should last you, you know, a minimum of 3 days before you have to wash it, or, you know. So, it only been on day 2, and actually, I put it on yesterday, so it's only been half a day, really. You know, half a day. You know, I got another, 2.5 days worth of wear out of that thing before she gets too ripe to pull over your head. Anyway, kind of upset about that, you know, washing stuff off, and it's just not necessary. You just rub that sandwich in there. See, the thing is, she wonders why the dog just loves me so much, you know? We're sitting on the couch, the dog come up and drives his face, you know, right into my chest, and he's rubbing himself on me. She doesn't understand, you know? It's the smell that he likes. Old sandwiches and such. Yeah. Anyway, that's that.